Please, I repeat again and again, all of you just to concentrate on this. This is a very, very, very important topic, Amma. As an ECE student, it is more important for you throughout your life, wherever you go, anywhere. Why? Because again and again, we will not get time to discuss in detail about this. So please, all the students, please be more attentive, more concentrate on this particular topics. If you have any doubts, at the end we will discuss. Why? Because these point I told you in the last class. Why we are using this, how we got this, and where we use this. If you study in that point of view, then every subject will be very easy. That point of view only we are lagging. Only we just depending upon the exam point of view, or depending upon the requirement, we will study and we will implement it, and we will just forget about it. So I repeat again, the coming to the concepts of dot product and cross product. You know about dot product and cross product. Right? What do you mean by dot products? I think here I would write one more statement. A bar dot B bar is equal to mod A bar mod B bar cos theta. Are you able to see the cursor, Amma?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So A bar dot B bar is equal to mod A bar mod B bar cos theta, or OA bar dot OB bar is equal to mod OA bar mod OB bar cos theta. Right. So do you accept that A bar dot B bar is equal to mod A mod B cos theta, and A bar cross B bar is equal to mod A mod B sin theta? Please, at least I want one or two for the answers, Amma. Not I'm expecting for all. I don't know remaining how you are. It should be an interactive class, Amma. Then only if you have any doubts or any clarifications, you can do it now. I had made an into mark for the first statement. A bar cross B bar is equal to mod A bar mod B bar sin theta AB into. This is not the right statement. What does it give the meaning? So the correct statement is A bar dot B bar is equal to mod A bar mod B bar sin theta AB. That is nothing but angle between the A and B into A n bar into unit vector. This is the correct expression. Do you accept this? Anyway, at least one answer.
Yes, sir.
Right, good. Then I will ask a simple question. Why A bar dot B bar is with cos theta? Why it is not with sin theta? Why A bar dot B bar is represented in terms of cos? Why not with sin? Anyone, please. For you, I made a small diagram at the right side left corner. Is the adjacent side, hypotenuse, and opposite side is the theta. And even I had made the vectors A bar, B bar, in order to make you more clear. Why dot product is only with cos theta? Why can't it be with sin theta? Please give me the answer. Anyone, at least one or two.
Because cos theta is equals to adjacent side by hypotenuse.
Okay, that is the functioning of cos theta. Okay, fine. Why, on what basis the dot product is considered as? I think have you got a poll question, Sama?
Always cos
No.
angle is less than 90 degrees.
Okay, one answer. Good. Have you got any poll questions?
No, sir.
Okay. Meanwhile, you will get the poll questions. You answer for that. If you get the poll question, just remind me. Because at any time I may post one or two questions. Okay. Cos angle is between 90 degrees, and one more cross product magnitude gives sine. Okay, cross product magnitude gives sine. Okay, anyone? Anyone? Please, anyone? Why? Because we are using this from our BTech first year or even in intermediate. But what is the logic behind it? One vector is projection over other. Why we want to project one vector over other? One answer given. At least one of some people are responding very good. Why we want to project one or other? Please. Are you anyone at least? Two vectors have productive value 0 when perpendicular. Okay. Any other answer? At least you can chat, post in the chat group. Just think this is not an exam or this is not a something else punishment value or just because the two vectors have product value of 0 when perpendicular. Okay. So cos 90 is equal to 0. So that is 0. Okay. Okay. Anyone? Anyone? Because we need cos component. Okay. We need cos component. Why we need cos component? Why not sine? That is my question actually. Why only sine? Oh, sorry. Why only cos? Why not sine? Okay, good. At least some people has given some answers. Very good. Just in right angle triangle, two vectors resultant is adjacent or opposite. Okay. Okay. Anyone, Amma? Right. So here, the simple logic is A bar dot B bar. The effect of A bar on B bar or B bar on A bar. For example, dot product is nothing but the effect of the vector, one vector on the other vector. It means if you want to study about the effect of one vector on the other vector, then both the vectors should be projected on the same line. For example, if two people wants to fight, both the people should be in a ring or in an area or nearby. If one fighter is moving in one direction, if the other fighter is moving in another direction, can both the people fight? They cannot fight. But dot means multiplication, the effect. So here we want to study the effect of B on A or A on B, what it may be. How do you take it as? So if you want to make the study of one vector on the other, then this vector should be projected on the other vector. This vector, this B vector or A vector, what it may be, that should be projected on the other vector. Then both will be on the same line. Then we can have a study about that. Right? So here the simple logic is if cos theta is equal to OA by OB. So if I multiply OB with cos theta, then if I multiply OB with cos theta, then that is nothing but what? OA. If I multiply OB with cos theta, then that is nothing but OA. Means OB is going to be projecting along OA. That is the thing. If I don't multiply cos theta with OB, OB is in one direction, OA is in other direction. So I will not get the resultant. So for example, then you can ask the question, sir, if I multiply OB with sin theta, what happens? Okay, if I multiply OB with sin theta, what happens? If I multiply OB with sin theta, I may be getting this perpendicular direction between AB. I may be getting the perpendicular direction between AB, but OB is not projecting on OA. If I make the value as sin theta, dot product is nothing but effect of one vector on the other. If I want to find the effect of one vector on the other vector, both should be projected on the same, or both should be kept in line. If I take this OB and OA separately, both are not in the line. If I multiply with sin theta is equal to, what is the opposite? BA by OB. BA by OB. Right? So BA is equal to OB sin theta. So OB sin theta is nothing but perpendicular line. OB sin theta is nothing but the perpendicular line, but not the resultant of OB on OA. Unless and until I multiply with cos theta. If I multiply OB with cos theta, ante now OB is now OB is projected along what? OA. So due to that reason, dot product is always considered as cos theta only. Then only we can find the effect. Otherwise we cannot find it. Is it clear, Amma? Any doubt? You can ask me. I'll clarify. Anyone? Okay, fine. So this keep it in mind, Amma. Definitely, simple question. If you think in the other sense, you'll get the answer. Why not sin theta? Why not cos theta? Then cross product. A bar cross B bar is equal to mod A bar mod B bar sin theta. A bar cross B bar is equal to mod A mod B sin theta into AN. Into AN. That shows the resultant direction. AN, I told you in the last class, what is the difference between a vector and unit vector? Vector has some magnitude and direction. Vector has magnitude and direction. Unit vector has only unit magnitude. That doesn't affect any magnitude, but it shows the resultant direction. For example, this cross product is represented by right hand thumb rule. Basically, cross product is represented by right hand thumb rule. If you close your fingers like this, if the fingers represents the two vectors, then the resultant direction is the thumb. Then are you able to see my video? Then the resultant direction is the thumb. So here A bar is one vector, B bar is another vector. A bar and B bar are two vectors. But what is the resultant of A bar and B bar? That is along the thumb.
Perpendicular to one.
Perpendicular. So perpendicular is the resultant direction of what? Perpendicular is the resultant direction A bar and B bar. Ante the final direction of the two vectors A bar and B bar is C bar. So unit vector will be along what direction then? C bar only. Right? For example, if A bar is only there, if only A bar is there, for example, along A bar, it has some magnitude and direction. If only B bar is there, it has some magnitude and direction. The effect of both is C bar. So the resultant direction is always represented by the unit vector. So unit vector represents the final direction of any two or more vectors. Any two or more vectors resultant direction show that is nothing but the unit vector. right? So for the first question, for the first option of cross product, if it is A bar cross B bar is equal to mod A bar mod B bar sine theta AB. For example, what is the modulus of A? Some value 10. Modulus of B? Some value 20. What is sine theta? For example, sine 60 or sine 30. What is the answer? Or sine 90? You take it 1. So what is the answer of A bar cross B bar here? What is mod A bar? We are taking it as 10. B bar
20.
20. Sine 90 is
1.
what is the final answer? 200. 10 into 20 into 1. 200. Yes or no?
200.
So 200 is a scalar form or a vector form?
Scalar.
Scalar.
So this notation is a wrong notation. Due to that is why, because the students know the equations, but they'll be doing the small mistakes in the small notations like this, misleading of. So compulsory, this cross product should have some resultant direction. So that resultant direction should not affect the magnitudes, but it should affect only the direction. So that what I had done is A bar cross V bar is equal mod A bar mod V bar sine theta of AB into AN bar. So now what I got the answer? Mod A bar is 10, B bar is 20, sine 90 is 1, 10 into 20 into 1. What is the answer? 200. 200 into AN. AN, unit vector. So unit vector has what? Direction or not? Unit vector has the direction or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So in the right hand thumb rule, the cross product is represented by the right hand thumb rule. So what does it represent? A bar cross B bar, resultant direction is along C bar. So some direction should be there. Which notation is the correct one? First one or second one?
Second one.
Second one. So this is what we have to take care into consideration. Dot product is always a scalar one. Music. In between we are getting some music. Just relax, guys. Ayyo, okay, thank you. So here, if you so now I think you got a very good clarity about dot product and cross product. Then why cross product is use of sign? The resultant of two vectors is A bar along B bar or B bar along C bar or perpendicular to both? Perpendicular to both. So perpendicular direction we will be getting with sine or cos? Sine. So due to that reason, the cross product is always represented by what? So due to that reason, the cross product is always represented by what? I request the students, please unmute yourself. If you answer only, just you mute yourself. If you answer, unmute. Please, this is a very important topic, Amma. Why? Because again and again you will not discuss anywhere. And this is very simple and very easy, but we will have a small confusion. We are using this, but we don't know why it is the analysis behind this. So please just concentrate. And this is very important in throughout our life as an EC student. Just please cooperate, Amma. So here, so now you got an idea, I think. So why we are using sine for cross product and why we are using cos for dot product. Yes, Amma?
Yes, sir.
Right. So cross product we can use by taking the cross product of two vectors. What do you know? A bar cross B bar. So A bar is equal. This is what type of coordinate system I had used? AX, AY, AZ, and Cartesian coordinate system. So A bar along AX, A bar along AY, A bar along AZ, AX, AY, AZ. the B bar is Bx, By, Bz. Then the vector along Ax, no, A, B, C, D, what we studied in previous classes. AD minus BC. గుర్తుంది కదమ్మా? So you know this cross product values, how to find the cross product of two vectors. And this is one example what I had given. Right? So this is the in detail in analysis about a dot product and cross product. Right. We already studied in about the dot product and cross product. Then we'll study about a vector, a position vector or a distance vector. So every vector is represented by an arrow mark, right? Where it has some starting point, end point. Starting point is represented by some coordinate system x, y, z. End point is represented by some coordinate system x, y, z. Please, meanwhile, if you get any poll questions, just remind me, Amma. I will stop for 2 or 3 minutes, then you can answer for that. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Right, thank you. So here, if I find the vector of AB bar, this is also very, very important. Just we will have a study about now itself, then we will use it in the coming classes directly. If any doubt, for a clarity, I had made my own notes with my own handwriting such that it will be more clear to you. So if we take this AB bar, so AB bar represents starting point is A, ending point is B. So how do you find the resultant of starting point and ending point is end point minus starting point. End point minus starting point. I repeat, starting letter will be the starting point. Next letter will be the end point. Then the resultant between the starting point and the end point is end point with Cartesian values or the coordinate system values minus the starting coordinate system values. So x2 minus x1 into ax bar plus y2 minus y1 into ay bar plus z2 minus z1 into az bar. Right? So this represents a distance vector that which has some values. Suppose if I take x1, 1, 2, 3. Sorry, A. Suppose if I take this vector coordinate systems 1, 2, 3. B, 8, 9, 10. 8, 9, 10. Then how do I get this AB bar? 8 minus 1 into AX plus 9 minus 2 into AY plus 10 minus 3 into AZ bar. So this is the vector notation or the representation from A to B. Right? Suppose, so this is the starting point and ending point AB bar. Suppose if the starting point is placed at center of the coordinate system. Suppose if this starting point is placed at the center of the coordinate system, then x1, y1, z1 becomes as what? 0, 0, 0. Any vector will be having its own starting point, its own ending point. Right? So starting point here it is 0, 0, 0. Ending point is x, y, z. So starting point is O. O means origin. Ending point is A. O A bar. That is equal to A bar. That is equal to x minus 0. For example, if any one of you ask the question, sir, what about BA bar? In the first case, I written it as AB bar. Suppose if anyone asks the question BA bar, then
x1 minus x2.
Right. B letter becomes the first. B letter becomes the first starting point, and A becomes the end point. So don't get confused between AB bar notation and BA bar notation. Don't think both are same. Both represents the different directions, opposite directions. Right? So here BA bar is nothing but x1 minus x2 into x plus y1 minus y2 into ay plus z1 minus z2 into a. I repeat again and again, it's not compulsory to give all the three values. For example, he may give the values as three 3 comma 2, then what does the z value represents it as? 0. If he has given some value along x, that is the value of x. If he has given some value along y, that is the value of y. If z value is not given, then we have to assume it as 0. Why? Because in the coming problems, you may get such type of questions. If any value is given, you consider that as the value of the corresponding coordinate system. If the value is not given, just blindly consider that value along that coordinate system as 0. For example, if I give b bar is equal to x plus y, if I give b bar is equal, actually here what I had given, b bar is equal to x2 ax plus y2 ay plus z2 az. Suppose if I give the value as x2 plus y2, and x2 1 into x2, what is the magnitude of x2? 1. What is the magnitude of y2? 1. Then what about z? If I not give 0, so you'll be getting such type of doubts in the problems. So blindly you can take the given values on the values that which is not given, you can take it as 0. We have one problem corresponding to that. We'll be doing it now itself. So here if it is 0, 0, 0, so 0 means starting at O and ending at A bar. So such vectors, position vectors can be also called as A bar. If it is starting at one point 0 and ending at another point, either we can call it as OA bar or we can call it as A bar. Why we are calling it as A bar? Why? Because starting point is what? Origin. Yes, starting point is origin. But I cannot call this the above. But I cannot call this. Okay, good. Most of the people are answering in the chat. Good. But here I cannot call this AB bar as A bar vector. I cannot call this this AB bar as A bar vector. Why? Because A position is not 0 or B position is not 0 values. A has some value x, y, z. B has some value x, x2, y2, z2. So due to that reason, I cannot call it as only A bar or only B bar. When I can call it as only A bar or only B bar?
Whole question appeared, sir.
Yeah, right. Okay, right. Answer this one. Have you finished? You got only one question or two questions, Sama?
Only one question, sir.
Okay. Finish? Yeah. By next week, I will share the syllabus copy and the notes what I had prepared and what I have with everything with you through Canvas. Actually, we are waiting for all the people to accept the Canvas of ADC. Once if all the people are accepted that ADC, I will copy that email IDs and I will share everything to you, whatever I had with me. You no need to worry about that. Even short